Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Everything DB. Man. Good D, bad D with Darius J. Butler.
Yes, sir. Hey, before we get to these plays and the teams and the defenses that are on there is one omission this week. The Cleveland Browns. I know I'm going to get some texts. They beat the shit out of the Dolphins, obviously. Tua looked bad. It just wasn't a lot of teaching moments from those plays, which is very, very stinky. But shout out Tyson Campbell, the pick six, Hickman, and who else got a pick in that game? Rayshon Jenkins as well. But let's get to the
So this is like when they were judging party schools back whenever we were in school, and they were like, West Virginia's a professional party school. We will not judge them amongst the others. Here is the top 25. You're saying, hey, like Cleveland Browns, you guys embarrassed the entire Miami Dolphins. I mean, it just.
And I mean, Tua's. Tua, Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins, they've been buried every show.
Yeah, but the Cleveland Browns certainly.
Yeah, Browns are good. Likewise.
Yeah, they
good defense. Yeah. Very good defense.
Okay, so congrats to them. Congrats to the Browns.
In the league of their own.
Way to go, Browns.
This week.
Yeah, but let's get to the tape, some teaching moments from around the league, starting with the Carolina Panthers. Now, missing the quarterback, this defense, you talk about complimentary football, defense, Derek Brown, he's been dominant as far as being an interior defensive lineman. And then J.C. Horn, one of the corners that got paid this offseason. He's been phenomenal since stepping into the league. The only thing that you would say about J.C. Horn, hey, you need some more ball production and just staying healthy. And you're seeing more and more of that this year. This is his second time, I believe, on Everything DB. This is a cover 6 look. So at the bottom of the screen,
cover 6.
J.C. Horn is up there up top, and on the bottom of the screen, this is cover 2, and then on the other side, it'll be cover 4, hence why we get the cover 6. So quarters technique, he's outside leverage. You'll watch his safety. This is a route. 2 beat quarters, boom, safety settles down, and then you got outside leverage from the cornerback, post route, boom. When you're behind, we call that out of phase, you're not taught to look back for the ball, but once you get kind of towards that end zone, you really got nothing to lose. This is what you call not panicking, not just running into the receiver, getting the PI, going up, high pointing this thing with one hand. It's the second time he's been on here. Not only getting an interception, but getting a one-hander. This was absolutely nasty. Tyrod Taylor, T-Mobile, we'll see if he starts this week for the Jets. At least he was taking a shot down the field, but a phenomenal play from J.C. Horn from outside leverage and quarters coverage up top.
As Aaron Glenn said earlier in the week, the Jets will have a quarterback. The Carolina Panthers have a team?
Yes. This is how many wins in a row now? 4? 3. I think 3. Yeah, 3. They lost. They got the shit beat out by the Patriots, I believe. Got a win, then lost to the Patriots, then rattled off 3 straight. The run game, which we know has been great, and then defensively they've been great as well. Once again, we'll see what happens at the quarterback position. This is his second pick in this game. Now, you should never go to this matchup. Reynolds on the outside with J.C. Horn. This is a practice rep. This is something you practice at one-on-ones. Hey, DB versus DB, usually don't see it this easy in the game, but yeah, press out. He goes outside, gets his head around, high points and lean and locate. Just absolute textbook.
That's a coach
rep.
Throwing that
exactly.
ball.
Exactly. You've seen.
I've
this
actually
rep.
thrown that ball.
You've seen this drill. This is literally what this is. I don't know what T-Mobile was thinking at this point in the game, going at that matchup one-on-one. The safety was completely on the other side of the field because you have a $25 million a year cornerback, and this is why you have him.
J.C. Horn making plays. Go ahead, Conrad.
To Debo's point about just their record as of recently, this is their first road win. Like their splits between road and home are insane. They're dominant at home, and now it's Buffalo, who has had trouble stopping the run, going to Carolina with Andy Dalton, and then Rico Dowdell and Chuba Hubbard now back for a second game. Like, that's a sneaky Bills at Panthers. You see it and you hear it, and you're like, whatever. But then when you realize the Panthers are a good football team, it's a tough game.
And we have to know, Connor's certainly hoping for one of those as well.
But I'm also with the full expectation that the Bills are the Bills and Josh Allen is still the MVP of this
Well,
league.
you start snooping around the Carolina team, though, you're like,
good team.
Wait a minute. There's a chance here, which would be great for the Patriots at the moment. The Patriots very close to being number 1 seed in the AFC right now.
That's right. On your heels. On your heels. Can you hear us coming? Can you hear us? We're coming.
Danny can't hear anything, actually. If you've seen anything, he's locked in 1,000%. There is no noise outside other than a nice little Halloween party with the Patriots and the boys having a little beer. Go ahead to some more good D, man.
Here we go. Next. Hey, speaking of the boys, hey, my coach, Lou Anarumo and his defense, they have been phenomenal. Now, Nick Cross will get this interception here. You'll see it better from the replay. Pause it real quick. I want you. So they're going to motion a 4 strong. But number 3 receiver right now, right there, right on the hash, that's Ladd McConkey. Going to double him. So I think that's where Justin's going to want to go with this ball. He's going to get doubled from the opposite side of the field. That safety that's on this hash down here. He's going to come and take that short one away, and then Justin Herbert is going to go to the crosser right here. 3rd and 7, 23 game. They get a touchdown here. They cut it down to a 2-possession game, but Nick Cross makes a great play, turning around, looking him up, then getting his head around last second. Kind of one-hand pick, trapping it against the shoulder. You'll get a closer look at it here. Boom. Unbelievable play right here, especially in the end zone. Anytime you get an interception where either you're setting your offense up in a scoring position, or on the flip side of that, when the other offense is a big swing in points and momentum, the other offense is threatening to drive to get points in the game. That's a big-time interception, getting his head around there, not panicking, not just getting a PI, but getting your head around and making a play on the ball. If you pause it here, like run it back to the beginning. He kind of makes it look like he's running with Ladd. Then he drops Ladd to the double coverage and then turns around on Quentin Johnston here. So that's a great play from Nick Cross from beginning to end.
Tell me a little bit more about Nick Cross. He gets sacks. He's all over the field.
He's unbelievable.
This guy's fucking everywhere.
Unbelievable. I believe he was a 2nd-round pick out of Maryland. Career kind of started off rough. After his first, maybe 2nd year, they're ready to run him out of town, honestly. But he leading the team in tackles right now going into this week's game. And then he's just been a playmaker. He can blitz. He can show up in the run game, and then if he can add this element to his game as well, getting ball production, he could play in the league for a long, long time and make a ton of money. But Lou, you talk about what Lou Anarumo is doing and what his scheme is like. Imagine this as a quarterback, especially in that low red area.
We drafted him 2022, 3rd round out of Maryland.
Okay.
He's been here now, and he is really exploded.
Yeah.
He is everywhere.
Yeah.
20 is actually everywhere. I like this little, he baited butter right here.
Yeah.
He baited butter right here and then does a walking spin move while covering a guy, and then the ball's on him and he has incredible. And then he'll blitz like the next play and run his face right through somebody. I'm a big fan of Nick Cross.
Yeah, it's insane that those were the first 2 plays on everything DB, just like the IQ of J.C. Horn and Cross there. But you guys talk about middle 8 all the time. Like this is not just a interception. This is the 2-minute warning.
Yeah.
They don't get any points, and then the Colts go and kick a field goal. It's like that's not the play of the game. When you look back on it, but then. Looking at it right now, 20-3, possibly 20-10, and it ends up being 23-3.
Jage did not like us going.
didn't.
I forgot we didn't bring that up to JJ. He did not like us going for a field goal rate
At all.
Yo, Jay, it's 20-3, Jage. Let's just we're trying to make sure this is the last drive.
Yeah.
I don't like these decisions. I was texting him in the middle of the game. I'm like, yo. It was 3rd down. What do you want them to do? If we could give them the ball back, they'd potentially score again. He's like, it was before that. And then, afterwards, he's like, what are they doing in 13 seconds? Why are they doing that? It's like, okay, that decision we can certainly get after. But it's like everything Steichen's doing right now, all 3 phases. It's all working.
Yeah.
Like, Lou Anarumo has been perfect for this team. Special teams doesn't really have to do much, but they do. Somehow we get a massive return whenever we need it if we have to have it. And then on offensively, JJ said we're always on schedule. It's like, I'm not questioning anything, JJ. So when you're calling this Colts game next time, JJ, just know Shane's got it figured out.
That's probably why he was questioning, because we were cooking with gas on offense, and I'm sure watching them on tape and then coming in, seeing what they're doing. They're getting the ball, 2 minutes left. I'm not sure how many timeouts, but from the first play, you saw, okay, it was no sense of urgency, and they did get down there. But then Shane, at his halftime interview, I think he said, look, we just wanted this to be the last possession of the game before heading into halftime. So,
Shane
look,
would say,
we don't doubt Shane.
Shane would say, look, dagnummit.
Yeah, gracious Pete, what do you want me to do?
He'll say all those things. He's great mic'd up.
Yeah, he is.
Explain that to me.
Oh, look at this. It's going to be a touchdown. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's going to be a touchdown.
Touchdown right here.
And what if it's not? They don't really show if it's not. All right, next play. This one's good. What's the next touchdown?
Cut that.
So this next touchdown. This one's going to be a touchdown. Everybody, look at this. I love his optimism. I love his energy. I love how it's working out. Let's go to some more good deals.
Talking about optimism, energy, and somebody else that's great mic'd up. Kelvin Shepard had these boys rolling in prime time against the Tampa Bay Bucs. 14-0 right here. Now, you've seen this replay a lot, seen this talked about a lot. You talk about the middle 8 again. This is 2-minute. 2-minute situation, 2nd quarter, 1:52 on the clock. And honestly, Baker Mayfield, he dropped back and threw the ball a ton this game, but he was so hesitant. I haven't seen him this hesitant in I don't know how long, but that lets you know how confusing probably this defense was to him. You'll see if you run it back, this is the beginning of the frame, you'll see the skies here. Maybe man-to-man coverage, you look at that top safety, then once he gets the snap and drops back, they go to a split safety coverage. And you can see Baker's not really, I guess, confident or comfortable because if he steps up, he can kind of hit this number one receiver right behind this underneath dropper. But Arthur Millette right here, who's circled, he does a great job. As a zone defender, especially underneath zone defender, you're taught to break on the quarterback's intention. So you break on their eyes and you break on their intentions. And he does a great job. And he showed up with physicality, attacking the football. And 99 times out of 100, if it's considered a tie or two guys go to the ground with the ball, they're going to give the tie to the offense. This was probably the first time I ever seen this overturned. But then on review, when I'm looking at it,
what? Was that a second look?
I mean, if you pause it here, yeah, with a second look, like it looks like Otten's holding on to a bunch of forearm, and Arthur Millette has a lot more of the football. So I wasn't, maybe it's the former DB in me, maybe it's me root for Kelvin Shepherd, but I saw this as an interception as well. This got overturned from New York.
I did as well. I saw it as an interception as well, but to your point about tie goes to the runner, that's always kind of the case here in these particular types of plays. So they overturn this, give this to Detroit, and then they do a second look on a first down that goes into – are you guys –
Yeah, I mean, there was also a sack where our guy tripped the quarterback and they didn't call it. Yeah, there was a couple things here that, we're just going to take those because what comes around goes around. And also, that was called a catch on the field. That blew my mind more that they reversed it.
Yeah.
Like, I just figured they would just say, yeah, it was a catch on the field. We have no evidence. We're going to keep it moving. But instead, the ref said, oh, we got you in the Chiefs game. Here you go, Lions.
Oh, is that what they said?
Mahomes spun that football, remember?
Yeah, is that what they said? Is that what they said? I don't think that's the case. I think that maybe New York wants Detroit to win.
The new darlings of the NFL.
Yeah, maybe the Lions fans can never, ever say anything ever again about the refs.
Ever.
Disgusting.
Ever. Never again.
Ever.
Now,
For
in this one, though.
Next 100 years, because it was a primetime game.
Yep.
Primetime game, a lot of injuries.
Against
Needed.
the MVP.
Against best team in football, people were saying, other than the Indianapolis Colts. Primetime, they give that one to the Detroit. After a second look, what?
Never heard that before.
How many looks are we doing here? Well, he challenged something else, but he gets, what are we doing? Then Lions fans, hey, it must be nice.
Must be cool.
Must be nice,
We're going
Lions.
to take them anytime we can get them. And also, I like that everyone agreed, like watching that play, it looked like an interception, and then they called it an interception. I enjoy that aspect.
Yeah, we certainly like that. I would like that to be known that we like the common sense reign true here, but also a lot of common sense situations happening for the Lions all of a sudden.
It's crazy.
Not to bring up another fourth down questionable call by the refs, but that little option play. Yeah, that I don't
What
know
was
if he
wrong
got.
with it?
I don't know if he got the first there. It's kind of out of bounds.
Unbelievable effort.
And you said they
Great
gave it to
effort,
him?
great
They
effort.
gave-
They
Yeah,
didn't
they-
even
I
look at
don't
it.
know,
They didn't measure.
that
They
was
didn't look
the
at
first
it.
down.
Wow.
That was the first
Alvin-Raw
down,
pushed him
Kush.
over, it looked like. But now, all of a sudden, I'm thinking we need to go back and look at that play.
Yeah, what's going on with the refs in New
Kush
York?
is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. okay?
No.
The Detroit Lions getting favorable calls?
We need about 10,000 more calls to make it even.
Oh,
So we'll
never
take-
going to be good enough.
Okay.
It's never going to be enough, NFL.
Detroit Lions, more like Detroit Lion.
Oh, the Lions. Wow. That does sound like there's some lies coming out of the Lions fan base if they don't think that maybe the NFL's on their side. We don't want to hear it anymore. NFL, we'd like to let you know, if you just gave the Colts a bunch of calls, we'd be okay with it.
Absolutely.
We'd be thankful for it. We'd acknowledge it. And we wouldn't say, you need 10,000 more to make up for what you've done in the past. We'd say it's A-okay. Do we have more good D or bad D?
Absolutely. We still got some more good D over here. Pause. Here we go. Down at the bottom of the screen. Vikings versus the Eagles. This is a rookie, Andrew McCuba. This is his second time, I believe, on Everything DB. If you pause it right here, boom. Who are we circling? One of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in football with Justin Jefferson. They're going to run a cover 2 over Justin Jefferson, but I want you to watch as this play develop the safety because obviously he's focused on 18 to start. You let it run here. This is the Carson Wentz interception that we've seen earlier in the week, but we'll see a little deeper dive into it. So pause. Great job by the cornerback and the safety being over top of Justin Jefferson. But once the quarterback breaks the pocket, he's going to throw it to this receiver, I believe Jordan Addison, running all the way across the field. And if McCuba doesn't get back, spin around, and look for work and make this play, he honestly probably catches this ball running away from Mitchell. So great play, great heads-up play by the rookie, not only being aware of it, but going up there and making a play on the football.
I like that Vic Fangio isn't Fangio over.
No kidding.
I like that they still got all the dogs. Because remember, it was Joe Bover down there for Fangio over with the Miami Dolphins. And maybe it's just Joe Bover for everybody down there at the Miami Dolphins. And Vic Fangio celebrating a new life up there in Philadelphia. A lot of communication.
Yeah, if you run it back right here, I was just going to point that out. And this is something that, the common watcher may not see or pay attention to. But if you run it all the way back, the thing about playing the nickel position, Cooper DeZean is in the slot, is communication, the verbal and nonverbal communication. So there's pointing, I'm sure there's some talking going on with the pointing as well. A lot of point, boom, boom, maybe let them know something, let them know. Then let it play and watch 33 again because you think, why do you throw it down there? Pause it. It's back about 3 clicks. If you just watch 33 underneath as a slot defender, as a underneath dropper, is not only about looking up the receiver. I talked about being a zone defender. It's about the intentions and the eyes on the quarterback. So he just feels this receiver behind him. Let it run. Boom. Feels him. Nobody's open. Short. Jefferson's cover. Obviously, Naylor's cover. You just throw it down deep.
Carson.
Yeah, he doesn't think he's Carson Wentz experience for sure. He doesn't think by any chance that Makuba is going to get back to that play. So great job, and obviously you'll see from the TV replay that Carson was he's pretty bummed out.
I mean, how does it's Cooper DeJean, right?
Yep,
You said.
Yep.
The legs are mirrored, and he's not even looking at the guy when he turns and pivots. That is ridiculous. I don't even know how the hell you can feel that.
Just
Pretty
a feel.
athletic.
Yeah, like right here. Ready?
Yep. Just feel.
He goes. Right, left, right, and then stops.
Yeah, just like
he's
that.
rating Carson, I think, right?
Exactly, yeah. Reading the intentions of the quarterback, because as soon as he breaks that pocket, it kind of turns into a scramble drill sometimes, but as that underneath defender, you just feel it.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you feel him.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Well, and also that's why the no look is so impressive.
Yeah.
Because if you just get Cooper a little bit off and then you throw that thing back, all of a sudden that's a completion instead of I don't think he's open. Hell, there's a guy way down there. Let me huck this thing. I'm Carson Wentz. Yeah. And that's fun. We're appreciative of him doing that. Do we have more good D?
Nope, that's all the good D. So now
we got bad D.
Oh, no.
Absolutely sorry, Skol fans. The Vikings are still on here. Cover 2, and something that we're kind of seeing week in and week out on the bad D is some inverted cover 2. So all that means is that the safety or the linebacker, somebody else becomes the flat defender, which is usually number 2 down here. They are playing usually the flat as the DB, as a corner, but now they go back to be the deep half defender as a cornerback. Now, can they do it? Absolutely, but it's something that safeties do down in and down out, week in and week out, but now you're putting that on the cornerback. So now in the deep half, number 1 receiver, which Devontae Smith is down here, you always want to be inside of the number 1 receiver if you're a deep half. So he's already in a bad spot here. And he doesn't have the depth. So what happens when you don't have the depth is you kind of panic because that receiver, obviously these boys can run. They get up on you quick. So boom, does a great job stemming him even more outside, gets him to flip his hips, and then runs a great route. And then obviously play action under center. You saw a little bit more of that from Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense, even though they didn't run the ball well. Great ball, deep ball from Jalen Hurts. But, yeah, he put him in. I mean, that's a great route. Because if he just lines up, if these two guys just line up and race, Isaiah Rodgers is one of the fastest players in the league. But when you set him up like that and have him hit that spinneroo, and then obviously your quarterback throws a dot, one of the best, I think, deep ball throwers in the league when he could just get back there and throw it to 6 or 11. Jalen Hurts when he's playing ball. Perfect passer rating this week. Just a great job by not only the quarterback, but the receiver right here setting them up.
A little bit of a blender. Okay, that's not a good place to be. Obviously, you feel very helpless and hopeless. And if that's what the offense is going to look like for Philadelphia going forward, they might go back to back to back, and maybe everybody will be happy.
Absolutely.
We got some more bad D.
We got one more. And it's the same thing.
It's Big D giving some bad D to the Commanders.
It's the same thing. So right here at the bottom of the screen, you got Marshawn Lattimore. He's going to become the deep half safety. So once again, inverted cover 2, but this safety, he's not going to be the flat defender. He's going to be the middle run-through, which is usually the Mike linebacker here. So he's going to be responsible for CeeDee Lamb up to the left side of the formation if you're looking at it defensively, and he's going to drop that middle read. Boom. So you let it run here. Running with the middle read, boom. Now I drop it and I go to the dagger concept. We see this week in and week out. CeeDee Lamb sees that he gets dropped. He knows it's not a middle of the field safety. He just throws his hand up. Dak, throw me the ball. He sees him. Marshawn takes a bad angle because once again, as a cornerback, as good as Marshawn is as a corner, That's something that safeties usually do. Angles are everything as a DB, offensive lineman as well. So if you're playing out of position, it's tough. And he actually knocks off the other DB, the other safety, and then these boys walking, backpedaling into the end zone. But great job by Dak seeing him, and he's bummed out because he was in position to make this play, but he took a bad angle and it turned into a touchdown. That's the life of a DBL.
Yeah, that is tough. And obviously, we all saw that play. I'm excited to learn why and how we got there. Well, congrats to the Dallas Cowboys, seemingly on firing on all cylinders.
Cooking with gas.
They really, it looks like vibes are immaculate down there for the Dallas Cowboys. Good for them. They got a lot of talent on the offense side. Defense side, obviously, it's thing. How about the good D and bad D from everything, DB?
Baby D-Bunch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a magic trick. Watch this. I'm going to go ahead and snap my fingers, and all of a sudden, a different human's going to be sitting right here.
What?
Yeah. Have you ever seen something like this?
Never. No.
You're going to disappear too, motherfucker.
Whoa.
What? How?
Hold on. Should we do it at the same time?
It's my trick, not yours.
Just fucking sit there and shut up.
Okay.
We have seen magic.
D-But, guess what, bro? You're fucking disappearing too.
Okay.
I'm going to snap my fingers, and you three, myself included, us three, are going to be gone, and there's going to be a new person sitting right here.
Shit.
Do you think that's possible?
Yep.
Thank you, AQ.
What about sitting here?
Yeah, who's sitting there?
Brand new person.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Spooky, man.
Do you believe it's possible?
Well, I've seen magic on the stage before, so yeah.
Michael Malone.
Super duper
One of the goats.
Boys, in front of you right now, there's about to be some fucking magic. There's about to be something that you're going to talk about forever. I'm sitting in this seat right now, but as soon as I snap these fingers, there's going to be a brand new person sitting here. Foxy, if you would go to the straight on shot, that would be what we are looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, in 3, 2, and...
It is magic. It is magic, right? I mean, look at that. I had no idea it would work out that well, and here we go. I just, boom, rose from the ashes. Here it is.
Wow.